Alrighty, guys. So this is one of my top favorite type of styles. Little strategies that you don't see all the time, but when you see them, hey man, they're lovely, man. They play out very lovely. So as you guys can see here, we do have this form of resistance, which price did come above and just mop up. And as you guys can see here, right above our resistance by a little bit, you see that we have our golden zone. So that is two little confirmations as to why, this trade was looking good. So I like this trading setup. Very lovely. Very, very lovely. Could have entered, same little thing. Stops under the wicks, pretty big, but we would have had a pretty big target. We did end up hitting take profit 1, which is a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. We did end up reaching this other level of resistance before coming back down, which was about 67 pips. So that was pretty good. So then we started to kind of come down. So remember, guys, we're always looking at multiple time frames to see which time frame looks a lot more cleaner. So where was that? That was over here. I'm sorry. So over here, as you guys can see, we have this level of support that was broken, came back up and retested it. And boom, formed its own little resistance within the 4 hour, within the golden zone, as you guys can see here. And boom, came whopping down. And as you guys can see, man, like, you don't see them all the time. You don't see it every day, but you guys do end up seeing these things a lot. You will run into these things a lot. You don't see it here though. You know what I'm saying? But you do see it on other time frames when you start running them in confluence with your other time frames. So right now we can't kind of find another setup, because these type of setups, they don't always come around, but when they do and you see them, lovely. So over here as well, let's see if we can try to find another little setup to go with that. So right above here, it was kind of close, but this level right here was acting like a form of resistance, rejections, and then boom, we had market structure did break over here on this setup. And as you guys see, if you guys would write your Fibonacci from here to here, it literally wicked to the golden zone. Also our 50 literally touched it and just shot up in profit, hitting take profit 2. Very, very, very beautiful, very lovely trade. So let's see if we can kind of find another example. Let's go to the 15-minute. Okay, kind of like the same thing over here. We have this form of resistance. We have this break. And if we would run our Fibonacci's from the bottom of the wick to the top of the wick on the push, in the golden zone, we have our resistance, now found support, also in confluence with our entry to continue to the upside. So very lovely, very beautiful trade, guys. Like I said, you guys won't see this all the time, but when you do see them, you guys do see them, and they do end up playing out very nice. So this little choppy setup right here, this is kind of getting into the Asian session, so I don't even want to make an example on that one. Realistically speaking, it is not valid for me because I wouldn't have taken that trade. Literally getting into the Asian session, we have this form of support. We have this big push here. We have our entry right here, but we don't really have the goal. We don't have the support right here. So let's this is April, what is this? The 1st. Let's go to the 30-minute here. Let's go to the 30-minute here on April 1st. Now, as you guys can see here, we kind of sort of had that little retest here on the 30-minute, as you guys can see, before coming back down. Let me just spread that out so you guys can kind of point this out. So we had this little form of resistance right here, basically support, did come back, kind of touch it a little bit here in the golden zone, kind of a little bit above the 764 that did hold strong, really, really good. A little choppy setup, moved a lot, but still very much valid. Over here we do have this form of resistance that did come back, and we used it in confluence with this Fibonacci long as well. Let's see if we can find another clean setup. Okie dokie. So over here we do have this little form of resistance. As you guys can see, we have the break of the market structure. Golden zone also, as well as the support being respected multiple times right here after wicking, and then just came straight up, hit, take profit 4. That was really clean. Oh my god, it's 260 pip move. Yeah, that was pretty massive, guys. Okie dokie. Let's keep going. We have this big push here. As you guys can see, we had another little retracement, came back up. Don't have this set up. Was pretty nice though, if you see this Fibonacci right here. What do I keep doing that? Going here to here, 764 rejection, came back up, formed its own little form of resistance right here above the 50. Oops, right here. Came back down, came back up, respected it, came right back up here. So that looks pretty lovely. Let's kind of stretch this out a little bit. Pull this a little down. Boom. 38 rejection. Remember guys, we don't really trade out 38 rejections. So that's basically more of aggressive, but I don't really use that type of entries. We have over here, and then we have this choppy little setup right here. Never came back down. What do we have here? Now we have confluence with the 764 and our support right here. So not exactly in the golden zone, but as you can see, very well respected. Like I said, guys, you won't see this all the time, but when you see it, it is golden. Let's see if I can try to find you some more examples here. Let's go on the higher time frames. Okie dokie. What do we have here at this entry? Boom. We had previous resistance. Little higher time frame setup. And as you guys can see, ended up playing out in the golden zone. Real nice, real lovely, real beautiful. Let's see if we can find another setup. Fortunately, we cannot find another setup. Let's go to the Australian dollar. Let's go to the 15-minute, guys. Australian dollar. As you guys can see, we kind of had a break, retested the support. Very choppy setup. I don't really like it, but as you guys can see, golden zone also in confluence with our support. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Same thing right here. Boom. Clean. Perfect. So, I mean, you don't really see these setups every day, guys, but they work out really good. You know what I'm saying? So when you do see them, don't hesitate. Don't be afraid to take that trade. That's all I need to say. You don't see them every day, but do not be afraid to take that trade. So sorry I couldn't give you a lot more excuses. Not excuses. A lot more examples. But yeah, as you guys can see, this is, I mean, yeah, I can't really show you guys more because it's a rare setup, but it's not a rare setup and it happens. I guess I just want to kind of tell you guys, like, hey, look, when you see it, do not be afraid, do not hesitate, and, you know, just take the trade. You know, if it's in your favor, don't hesitate. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut this video, guys, and I'm gonna get to the next one.